Only time will reveal what interrogation cannot. What that means is that sometimes when you're questioning people or interrogating people about their true motives, they can deceive you. But if you bide your time and you wait and you just watch, then their true motives will be revealed. So let me tell you guys a little story. Hey guys, Barbara here from the Bare Pantry Show that can be seen on YouTube and Facebook. So long time ago when Jada was in middle school, she had a substitute teacher one day. So when Jada walked into the classroom, all her little friends were already there and they're like, Jada, this teacher's from Belize. Oh my God, you're from Belize. Well, Jada was born here, but they're Belizeans, right? So the teacher came over, introduced herself to Jada, and then throughout the course of the day, I think she was there for a couple of days, Jada revealed to her that I was writing a cookbook. I didn't have the show yet, but I was writing my little first Belizean cookbook. So the teacher wanted to get my phone number because she wanted to be in touch with me because she wanted a recipe for dukunu, Belizean dukunu. So Jada gave her my number. She called up right away. I think when Jada was in middle school, I was probably in my early 40s. And I think this lady was like in her mid 30s. She was a little bit younger than I was at the time. So she called me up, introduced herself. I didn't dislike her right away. I liked her, And she said, I want this recipe. Would you mind giving me this one recipe? And I'm like, yeah, sure. So then we met. And then she's all like, I think she came to the house. That's how we met. She came to the house. And she says, what's going on with this cookbook that your daughter is talking about? And I said, I kind of put that thing on the back burner because I need somebody to help me edit it. I think I was working that stupid program from the man that's stealing my cookbook. You guys know the story if you watch my other show, right? So I really needed somebody to help me edit the book. And I couldn't find anybody to help me do it for free, right? So she offered to do it for free, for free. So then my aunt called me up and said, I had a really bad dream that you gave your book to that lady to go ahead and edit and she stole your book. I said, oh Lord, no, I'm not giving this woman my book. Now, years ago when I had the bottle printing business, the SBA sent me to a class to learn how to do business better. And they were teaching stuff that had nothing to do with what I was doing and I couldn't apply. They were teaching stuff about shipping and I wasn't into shipping. And so the teacher saw that I was in above my head. So he pulled me aside, questioned me. Later on, he found out what he could teach me and he went back to the SBA and asked them, can he mentor me for like a couple of months. And throughout the course of the mentoring for that business, I told him that I wanted to write a book and he had just written a book and he self-published. And he was the one that introduced me to Ex Libris. I wouldn't use them if I were you guys, okay? But in any case, the mentor told me at the time that when you have your manuscript for whatever book you're writing, even if you trust your mom, don't even let her have the manuscript. That's how important that is. So I should have remembered that. But anyways, my aunt had the dream. I decided, no, I'm not going to give this lady my manuscript. So the lady right away, she wanted us to have like a 10-year friendship, like in 10 weeks. Be careful of people that are doing that. People that you let into your life and then pretty soon they act like they know you from the time you were young. You know what I mean? And they don't really know you. So Joe didn't like the lady at all. I think from the beginning, Joe didn't like the lady. So it was at the same time when Michael Jackson died. I don't remember what year that was. Was that 07, 09, somewhere around then? And she called me up and she said, let's, ride down there with me.com. Let's ride down to, Joshua, what Michael Jackson place name? Neverland? Yeah. Neverland. Let's ride down with me to Neverland and we're going to go there with the crowd and we're going to, grieve Michael Jackson. I said, girl, I don't do stuff like that. I don't go in crowds. I worry about stampedes. I don't go anywhere like that without my husband. Girl, I don't know you. I just met you. Okay. She had a Belizean husband too. And we found out that he was related to one of my cousins. So the husband's not related to me, but related to one of my cousins. So I think she kind of got mad that I didn't go with her. I don't think she ended up going. But in any case, one day she called me up and she said, when are you going to go to Costco again? Because they live near Costco in my town. And I said, probably tomorrow, the next day. And she said, I'm going to make some dukunu. And I want you to stop by and pick it up because it's the recipe you gave me and I really want you to try it. I'm like, okay, cool. So I think it was the next day we went to Costco. Jada went with us because sometimes when she was younger, she would go with us to Costco to try to get, food, free food. And so I stopped by the girl house. Now the girl was in her 30s and the husband was like in his 50s. He was a lot older than her. And I think it was her mother that lived there with them. Nice house, 2-story. I think they were renting. And she had a little baby that was maybe 9 months old. And so when he got to the house, the girl would not come downstairs. 1 whole hour we're waiting. The mom's like, I don't know what's taking her so long. The husband went upstairs, she's taking a bath. Who the hell takes a bath when she knows that we're coming to the house for a purpose, right? So finally she came down when we were getting ready to leave. The mom packed up the dukunu, we tasted it there, it was wonderful, whatever. We were leaving, she came downstairs and she was like, hi. And she was like, just like that. I'm like, what the hell wrong with this crazy girl, right? So I told her the stuff tasted good. Thank you for the amount that they gave me to bring home, and you know, I'll catch you guys later. So then a week went by and I didn't hear from the lady, and I was kind of glad I didn't hear from her because time was revealing more and more of her character, right? So Joel said, you haven't heard from your crazy friend lately. Is she okay? And so Joel says, you should check in on her, because I don't check in on people. When they start to act berserk, I don't check in. I'm sorry. So anyways, I checked in on her against my wishes. And she told me, she started to curse me out in a text. She said, how dare you do that to me? And I said, do what to you? And she said, you brought your daughter to my house. And I said, so was she not supposed to come? And she says, I'm her teacher. She was a substitute teacher. I'm her teacher. And we're not supposed to see these kids, you know, outside of school. I said, what the hell? I said, Jada has teachers that teach her teacher, not substitute. And they come and they pick her up and they take her out for her birthday and stuff like that. Who made this rule? We just sign a paper saying that if anything happens when Jada's in their presence, the school is not responsible. She's responsible. You know what I mean? Or whoever the teacher is at the time. So I said, this girl is off her rockers. So I just cut ties. Me, I will cut ties like that. I don't have time to waste. I'm getting too old in life to be going up after people kissing their butts, trying to figure out what's wrong with them, right? So fast forward to like a year later, right? We're in Costco, and the lady that sells the flowers in Costco, you know that the people who put the bread, the flowers and stuff like that in Costco, they're small businesses, you know. You know, Costco doesn't buy those things from them and then pay them the money when it sells. They have to come stock their products in there, and then when it sells, then they get paid. All right. So what do you call it? Consignment. But they have to stay there with their product too. So a lot of times you go into Costco early in the morning, you'll see like a whole family stacking the breads or something, right? So this lady, the one that sells the flowers, she stopped me one time by the food court and she wanted to introduce me to her friend. Child, tell me why I did not recognize the lady. I didn't know who she was. Now this girl had a funny heart-shaped lip, you know, kind of like the way Janet Jackson, Janet Jackson's mouth is kind of heart-shaped. So I was watching her lip. I'm like, I know this person. I know this person. No, I'm not good with faces. If you change your hair, you change your hair color, you cut your hair, put on a different wig or whatever, I don't recognize you again. Joe will recognize you. Now I'll remember your name forever. I know the lady name, but I'm not going to tell you guys the lady name. So anyways, Joe's kind of poking me in my back like, you know, you don't recognize this woman, right? So she said, I want to introduce you. And then she told me her name. And then I knew the first name, but she didn't say the last name. But it still didn't ring a bell at the time, right? So when I stepped out of Costco, Joe said, you don't know who that is? I'm like, who? He goes, that lady, the teacher. I said, oh, that's her. What happened? She changed her hair. I think she cut her hair or something. So the next time I went back into Costco, I said, I'm going to warn the flowers lady, right? The lady selling the flowers. Because that's how I roll. If I know something about you that could, you know, be a detriment to you, you know, if I know something about this person and I could see that it could harm you, I'm going to warn you, right? So I warned the flowers lady and I said, I just want to warn you about her because I met her. We were building this friendship for like 4 months. Something's not right about her. She's kind of off her rockers and you might want to be careful. That lady cussed me out. She was just like, I go to church. I'm a Christian. I don't believe in gossip. You are gossiping about my sister, blah, blah, blah. I said, okay, you do you, boo. Time will reveal what this interrogation here is not gonna show you. Fast forward to about 6 months later, the teacher wanted to run for school board over here in town. And the lady who sold the flowers was her campaign manager. And I guess she was a good campaign manager because the girl won. She got on the school board and I don't know what kind of havoc she was wreaking on the school board. After about 6 months, then people were recalling her. They run around with the clipboard and you have to sign paper, blah, 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 blah. And I signed the paper too to get her off of there because I knew I keep saying crazy and I really shouldn't say that. She had something mental. She was mentally ill, I think, you know? So, it took me a little while. It took me about 4 or 5 months You know, no matter what questions I would ask this girl, she would be evasive with her answers and stuff like that. Be careful of people like that you meet in your life too, that are evasive when you're asking them questions. And always remember that access leads to demands leads to distraction, and distraction will lead you to fail, okay? When you grant people access into your life, they're going to distract you. Well, they're going to demand stuff out of you at first. They're going to, at the very least, they're going to demand your time. And then that's going to distract you from your goals. And then pretty soon you're going to fail. And that's what she was doing. She came in as a distraction. She started to make some demands, wanting my book, wanting my manuscript. She was harping on that. And I wouldn't give that up to her, thank God. And so I made my own book. And she wasn't even around for when the book came out. She wasn't even around then. She was long gone out of my life. And I'm telling you, I was shocked to see her in one of the parades when she was up there on the school. I said, she won school board? Oh my God, they don't see what's wrong with her. So a lot of the times, Joe and I encounter people in the street and we know something's not totally right about them and they're being deceptive and, you know, just not telling the full story. And we just watch, because we know in time we're gonna find out their true character, their true nature, and their true motives. So I hope that this helps you. I hope you enjoyed the little story. All my stories are true, but I'm not gonna reveal names unless I can reveal names. And sometimes I'll tell you the timeline. The timeline was correct in this one. It was right at the time that Michael Jackson passed away. So if you guys like this one, stay tuned for next week Wednesday, because I'm going to upload another one next week Wednesday, all right? So I'm just talking off the top of my head. If you want to find out how to become a sponsor to the show, check out this email below, barepantryshow@gmail.com. And if you have a show idea, hit me up at that email too, so I can, you know, look up your idea and see if we can run with that, all right? I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.